Hi, how's everyone doing? Welcome to Mystery Diagnosis.
I started just being very fatigued, lightheaded, dizzy, weak, very weak. By the end of the morning chores, I would be very sick.
Despite her strange symptoms, Linda keeps them to herself. A new and very unexpected symptom begins to emerge.
I started to notice migraines. It was very dramatic. It was almost like when I got off the plane, I could feel something's different. They were immense. They were off the charts immense. It made it very difficult for me to focus.
Linda's chronic migraines, along with her dizziness and fatigue, make it next to impossible to concentrate on her new job. Desperate for some relief, she makes an appointment with a neurologist. When she walks out of the airport and the frigid air hits her, something odd happens.
Immediately, the headaches were gone. I mean, it was dramatic. It was like, oh my gosh, where are the headaches?
Linda is completely taken aback by the sudden improvement in her health. And as soon as she's feeling up to par, she decides to try living on her own one more time.
Maybe
After just
she
3 months in Minnesota, she packs her
prefers
bags
the
again
cold
and heads to
like the
sunny
body.
Florida.
I get into Florida, and I get out of my car. It's like, wow, they're back. The headaches came back. They
That
were
proves
at
my
least
theory.
10 times more severe.
And as we walked up the flight of stairs, I noticed that Linda's pulse was quite fast.
6 months, Linda begins to experience some unusual cramping and makes an appointment with her obstetrician. Then, after a brief examination, the doctor delivers some devastating news.
We sat down, and he said, you know, I just want you to know that you're very young, you're healthy, and you and your husband can try again. What we think may have happened in your case is that the baby just didn't get enough oxygen or blood volume, and it wasn't enough to take care of it.
And in November of 1987, she gives birth to her beautiful daughter, Christina.
Congratulations.
But within the first 48 hours after Christina's birth, Linda's symptoms take a dramatic turn for the worse.
She felt dizzy again, started to have some situations where she felt like she couldn't hold the baby.
She couldn't walk, she was falling over.
It's a very warm day out, and I'm thinking, gosh, I could fall asleep. I'm just exhausted. And I turn to go into the subdivision, and when I do, I black out. And I come to only moments before
Narrowly avoiding a head-on collision. The blackouts, or what the medical experts call syncope, continue.
it was happening quite frequently. And if I stood, sometimes I would only stand for 15 to 20 seconds.
I
And
wonder
I'd
if
be in a
it's raising
gray
her
out,
heart
and
rate,
very
her
quickly
standing.
afterwards, I'd pass out. I don't know what this is, but we really may need to consider a pacemaker implant.
I agree.
Pacemaker could control her heart rate and help suppress the blackouts. Two days later, Linda is rolled into the OR for the surgery. And almost immediately afterwards, her life begins to change.
And I look in the mirror, I have a glow in my face. I thought, oh my gosh, this is what I look like with pink in my face.
I was thinking she
After
was
the
pale.
pacemaker was put in for a long time, her episodes of passing out really went away.
That's great.
Linda is able to manage her migraines, dizziness, and fatigue one day at a time.
One one day I decided I'm gonna mow the yard. And I'm about halfway through when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I get this immense pain that shoots across my chest, goes down my left arm, up my neck, and into my left side of my face. I called Dan at work and I said, Dan, I'm really not well. You need to come home. And I passed out while speaking to him on the phone.
Dr. Robertson gives Linda a specialized exam called a tilt table test, in the hope that it'll shed light on her abnormal heart rate.
The head of that tilt table gradually goes up as we are monitoring blood pressure and heart rate to give us the full picture of what the heart is experiencing at that time.
I always
The
found this
test
test
confirms
interesting.
that Linda's blood pressure and heart rate hit shockingly high levels when her head is elevated.
Normally, the heart rate might need to go up 10 beats per minute to keep blood going to the brain where it needs to be. In Linda's case, there was an immediate increase in her heart rate of 32 beats. And moreover, the blood pressure had to rise also.
Next, Dr. Robertson begins conducting a test to monitor Linda's catecholamine levels. Catecholamines are a type of neurotransmitter released from the nervous system to regulate heart rate and blood pressure.
We found that they were extremely elevated, and this confirmed the nature of her problem.
It's orthostatic
It really had to be
intolerance.
Orthostatic intolerance.
Orthostatic intolerance, or OI, is a condition caused by a defective autonomic nervous system, the system that controls involuntary body functions like digestion, blood flow, and body temperature. Patients with OI can't make necessary adjustments to counteract gravity when standing up, and blood from their heart, lungs, and brain pool into their lower extremities, causing a drop in blood pressure. That while there is no cure for orthostatic intolerance, it can be managed.
There are drugs which reduce the excessive stimulation of the heart.
There's one more crucial thing Linda can do to maintain her health. Since excessive heat can raise a person's heart rate,
I was wondering
this can
about
be
that.
especially dangerous for people with OI. The heat in Florida is only exacerbating Linda's problem.
So we made the decision that we would move back to Minnesota, where Linda's from originally. A climate that was
Good for them.
better suited for Linda would be better suited for all of us.
And she and Dan have dedicated their lives to helping others cope with this little-known condition through their National Dysautonomia Research Foundation.
I thought if you could start an organization that would help to give patients the ability to reach out to other patients, would be very helpful.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.